So this is an example of one of my webinars that converted at least $2,000 within 1 hour. So my webinars are about an hour, and the people who register for my webinars, I have a slide presentation ready for them, and at the end of the webinar, I'm selling something. So hey entrepreneurs, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips, and in this video I'm speaking about how you can create highly profitable funnels, and I'm going to show you some of the funnels that I have created that have made me at least $2,000 or more sometimes, and I'm going to be focusing on my webinar funnels. Now, I've done videos in the past about what funnels are, but basically just to break it down, the funnel is the process you take someone through from becoming someone who doesn't know about you yet to someone who is a customer and maybe buys from you once or even buys from you frequently. So I've actually got one of these landing pages up here. I use lead pages. My lead pages link will be in the description down below. But I choose to use lead pages because it allows me to create funnels quickly and easy, and landing pages quickly and easily as well. But as you can see, this is a really simple landing page. I've got my title here. Now this webinar is finished, so the timer is set to 0. But I find having a timer on my landing pages, especially if it's a webinar or if it's a time sensitive offer, if you have a timer, then that has proven to me anyway to really help my landing pages to convert a lot better. So then I have a little bit of a description about what people are signing up for. Now, this is really important as well. I've seen a few of you guys, when you send me your links to your websites and I click through, especially your e-commerce pages where you're selling a product, there's not enough of a description there. Like, what are people actually buying? What is it made from, your product? What material is it made from? Why should they buy it? Tell me something unique about your product. So that is your opportunity to really sell your product. And it doesn't have to be huge paragraphs, but simply how I've done it here, really digestible paragraphs with, subheadings as well that people can easily read. It makes it clear. It makes it understandable and it's not boring. And then also you have a little bit of information underneath my picture here. I always try to use my pictures. So this is, I sent paid Facebook traffic to this particular page. And so, potentially these are people who maybe have seen you a couple of times if I was doing remarketing, but they maybe don't know me. So it's important that I have a picture there. So that people can kind of start to get to know me a little bit, a friendly face. As you can see, I'm smiling there. Just a picture a warm picture, a warm face is always good as well. And then I answer the major questions that people will be having. So what is this webinar all about? When is this webinar happening? And where can I register? So I'm kind of giving it to them simply, easily, showing them exactly what they need. So you want to make it simple as well for your customers, whether you're promoting a webinar, whether you're promoting your products, whether you're promoting a service. If you're creating a landing page and that's the beginning of the sales funnel, then tell people exactly what it is that they're buying, where they can buy it, and be explicit as well. Don't assume that people know. Like when you go to my buy now button, my click here button, it says click here to register now, one time only. So these are all capital letters. You'll see similar things when you go to Amazon and eBay. They have buy now buttons, or it says add to cart. It's a really strong call to action. And as you can see, I've said click here. I've made it really explicit. So, I highly recommend making your call to action buttons really explicit. And as you can notice here, the color is maroon of this particular button, and then the text is white as well to make it really prominent and stand out. But as you can see, there's no maroon anywhere else on this landing page, and that makes the button itself stand out even more. It makes it even more prominent. And from what I've tested anyway, this really helps to improve my conversions when I'm promoting these landing pages. Now, you have to remember that when I'm creating these landing pages within lead pages and I'm using Facebook ads, it's costing me money to promote these pages. So I want to make sure that they are converting as much as possible. Now, lead pages do give you the opportunity to split test your landing pages. But to be entirely honest, I rarely ever use the split test feature because I kind of know now my customer. I know who will potentially be interested in my kind of webinars. So I know what to put where aware. But if you're someone who is starting out and you don't really know how to promote your product or your service, then it might be worth creating maybe a couple of landing pages. Maybe one might have an image, one might have a video. Test one with the countdown timer, test one without the countdown timer. Maybe test a few different, sales copy items as well. Maybe you want to change the verbiage here, and basically test the two landing pages against each other and see which one gets you the better results. So this is a simple landing page, and when people was clicking on that, then it's a little pop-up here. Now these little pop-ups can be really effective as well in terms of conversions. And ClickFunnels use a similar thing as well. When someone clicks on the button, it says 50% complete. So the whole idea behind that is that people kind of get this unction to want to finish what they have started. So the fact that it says 50% complete, it's supposed to make them want to enter their name and email address so that they can complete it more. Now, the more information you ask for on your form, as you can see, I've got first name and email, the less likely someone is to actually subscribe. So a lot of the times people would recommend only asking for the email. Now, the reason why I ask for name and email is because when I'm emailing my list, I like to actually refer to people using their first name. I feel like that's a lot less likely to go into the spam folder, and people are a lot more likely to engage with my emails as well if I'm using their name. And a lot of the times as well, if you're on my list, you will know this. I actually encourage people when I email them to email me back. I want to hear their feedback. I want to know what issues and problems they're having. So if they email me back, I can actually respond using their name as well, because their name will come up on the email itself. So I always like to keep it personable and to add a first name, but I wouldn't go too in depth and add a second name and add a phone number unless this kind of information was really needed. So literally they save their spot, and my webinar platform is Webinar Jam. So literally Webinar Jam was embedded within this. So when someone leaves their name and email address, they automatically get signed up to my webinar, and Webinar Jam kind of takes over, and I set up my automatic email funnel within Webinar Jam. Now I might do a video at some point later on in the future about Webinar Jam and how to use it and set up your automated emails and so on and so forth. But one thing that I want to really drive home is that you want the process to be as simple as possible. So people don't have to sign up to this and then go to my Webinar Jam and sign up to that. All they have to do is put their name and email address. They get an email and they're confirmed onto the webinar. It's as simple as that. And they get a couple of reminder emails as well. And the reminder emails contains the links that they need to click to get onto the webinar. And it's super simple, super effective. And that's why I pay money for softwares like Lead Pages and for Webinar Jam. So, there are free alternatives on the internet, but sometimes you have to consider if you do have the money to spend, and if it makes the customer journey simple, then it might be worth spending the money, because the simpler it is for someone to register or someone to buy, the more likely they are to do so. So this is an example of one of my webinars that converted at least $2,000 within 1 hour. So my webinars are about an hour, and the people who register for my webinars, I have a slide presentation ready for them, and at the end of the webinar I'm selling something. So I kind of want to show you the slides that I have prepared as well. So this is an example of some of the content that people who register for my webinars will get. So I go through the marketing content and I lead with education and so on and so forth, and then at the end I have an offer here. So I find offers to be really effective and to convert extremely well. So for example, I have my original price, which whatever my original price was at this particular stage when I was promoting this webinar, but I'm offering this bundle here and I'm saying £250 for today only, and there's a URL that people can go and sign up for the particular offer that I had there. So I find that to be effective as well. If you're promoting something if you're promoting a landing page to an audience, then make them feel like there's something special that they can receive that no one else can receive. So only the people on this webinar would have received this offer. And if you make it a limited time as well, so normally I make it 24 hours or 12 hours, so people have to act in impulse as well. So that's a really cool thing to add to your sales funnel is add a special deal and also make the deal time sensitive as well. And obviously, like I've said as well, this is a funnel for my webinars, but I am going to be showing you the inside of my other funnels as well. And I'm going to be creating funnels with my e-commerce drop shipping business as well that I'm starting as a case study. So make sure you're following along for this channel as well. So you can adopt some of these ideas for your business as well. It doesn't have to be a webinar funnel, but adopt some of these ideas for your business, and this can hopefully help you to push forward. So I want to show you some of my other landing pages as well. So I've got a really simple newsletter here where it says sign up to receive class replays, class links and educational resources for your business. So with a lot of my webinars that I was promoting, people were messaging me and saying, hey Sam, I can't make that particular date. Do you have a recording? And instead of just sending them a link to the recording, I said, hey, I created this landing page and I let people sign up here. So whenever I was having a webinar, I can actually promote it to this group of people who couldn't make my last webinars, and I can send my webinar replays to the people who are on this list. So this is a great way to just build my list as well. And look how simple this landing page is. There's nothing complicated about it. It's very clear what people are getting. They're signing up for updates and replays. And they just simply enter their name and email address, and it says sign me up. Again, I've got my picture there so people can really resonate with me, and simple as that, easy. And then I also have my webinar landing pages as well. So like I said, I use Webinar Jam, and Webinar Jam will create landing pages of their own. Now, I very rarely ever use Webinar Jam's landing pages because you can embed your Webinar Jam code into lead pages, and obviously it's a lot easier, and lead pages, landing pages for me convert a lot better as well. But this is just an example of a very simple landing page that I've used as well that's been quite effective. And as you can see, I've just got bullet points here to let people know what they can expect. So you want to make your information really digestible. What are people going to get if they purchase your product, or if they buy into your service, or if they attend your webinar, or if they download your free lead magnet? Make it be digestible. Use bullet points where you can, simple paragraphs, so people can understand what it is that they are getting. This is another example here. Again, you got my picture there in the background with a warm smile, and then just simple points of what people can expect from this webinar. And then the call to action, register below. And really easy, really simple, but again, converts extremely well. Like I said, I will leave a link in the description down below as well. This video is not sponsored by Lead Pages, but it's the software that I personally use that have allowed me to create landing pages that convert extremely well, and sales funnels that convert extremely well. Like I said, I can, promote my lead pages, landing pages on Facebook, generate leads to my webinars, and make thousands of dollars from a 1 hour webinar. So I highly recommend lead pages. They're not as expensive as well as some of the competitors on the market, but as you can see, their pricing starts from $27 a month. So I'll leave a link in the description down below to lead pages. I also have an in-depth lead pages tutorial as well, where I'm showing you how to utilize the platform. So I'll leave that video in the description as well, so you can definitely go and check that out. But if you have any questions as it pertains to creating a sales funnel for your business and something that really works, something that's profitable for selling your products, selling your services, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. It helps me with creating content that's really going to help you out in the future as well. But I really do hope that this video was beneficial, and if it was, then make sure you download the formula as well. As you can see, there's a copy next to me. Now in the formula, I do speak about funnels, I do speak about landing pages, I speak about email marketing, so on and so forth, and ways to promote your funnels as well. So if you haven't read that yet, please make sure you go and grab your free copy. It's absolutely free. There's no trick upsells in it at all. It's just going to give you some really useful information that you can use to take your business to the next level. So make sure you go and download it and actually read it as well. But if this video was helpful to you, then make sure you click that like button down below, and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other great videos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content, Have a great day. Make sure you download the formula, and I will see you soon.